vivid and emotional detail, keeping the dreamlike and dramatic feeling while expanding on the sensations, sights, and emotions you experienced. Hours later, I woke up on a cold hospital bed, my body trembling under a thin white blanket. My chest rose and fell unevenly. Every breath burned, my throat felt dry and scraped, and my stomach ached as if someone had pressed a fire against it. Machines hummed and beeped around me, their lights blinking in rhythm with my heartbeat. A nurse walked in quietly, her shoes barely making a sound on the tile floor. She had kind eyes but a worried face. "Don't try to talk, okay?" she said softly, placing her hand on my arm. Her touch was gentle but firm, like she was trying to keep me from floating away. Then the door opened again, and a woman in a white coat stepped in. Dr. Cozy. She had a calm voice that seemed to fill the whole room. "Hey," she said gently, "my name is Dr. Cozy." I was scared. My heart raced, and suddenly the monitor beside me started beeping faster and faster. Dr. Cozy raised her hand slightly, her tone steady. "Relax, you're safe now. Just calm down, all right?" Her words were like waves against a storm, trying to soothe, but my mind was spinning. She explained slowly what had happened. "Apparently, two men shot up the place," she said with a sad look in her eyes. "Everyone got hurt while you were being kidnapped. The man who saved you," she paused for a moment, "was my brother. He risked his life to get you out. He wants to adopt you." I could barely process what she was saying. My chest felt tight, but when she leaned closer and whispered, "Give me a thumbs up if you want him to adopt you," I managed to raise a shaky, trembling thumb. Dr. Cozy smiled softly, her eyes glassy with tears. "All right, I'll make sure he knows," she said before stepping out of the room. When she came back, she was whispering with the nurse. Their faces were pale, serious. Something wasn't right. My body began to ache deep inside, like something sharp twisting under my ribs. Then suddenly, the pain hit hard, hot, stabbing, unbearable. "It hurts!" I screamed, the sound ripping out of my raw throat. The nurse rushed to my side, pressing buttons on the machine. Dr. Cozy grabbed my hand. "You have a rare illness," she said quickly, "and you need surgery, now." Before I could say anything, a team of people in blue rushed in. The lights above blurred as they wheeled my bed down the hallway. The air smelled like antiseptic and fear. Someone leaned close to me and whispered, "Everything is going to be okay." Then the big white doors opened, glowing under the harsh fluorescent light. I was moved onto another bed, colder this time. I heard metallic clinks, instruments being prepared. My vision started to blur. I saw a nurse lean over me and say softly, "This will help with the pain." I felt something cold flow through my veins. Then everything faded. When I opened my eyes again, everything was too bright. A light shone directly above me. My body felt heavy and strange. Something was pulling gently inside me. I looked down and saw clear tubes running in and out of my stomach, carrying pale liquid. My skin was pale, my breath shaky. Tears streamed down my cheeks before I even realized I was crying. Dr. Cozy appeared beside me again, her voice calm but tired. "What's wrong?" she asked quietly. "I don't feel good," I whispered, each word trembling. She nodded, signaling to a nurse. "Put the mask on," she said softly. The nurse lifted a cool mask over my face. "Just breathe," Dr. Cozy whispered, her voice almost like a lullaby. As the air filled my lungs, the world began to soften again. My eyelids grew heavy, and the sounds around me faded into a distant echo of heartbeats and beeps. Hours later, I woke again, weaker, surrounded by quiet hums and soft lights. The nurse was still there, now fully gowned, watching the tubes carefully. She noticed my eyes open and smiled. "Just breathe," she said again, that same gentle voice wrapping around me like a blanket. My throat still hurt, dry and raw. She helped me sit up a little and gave me a cup of cool water. The first sip burned slightly, then soothed. The taste was like life returning. I closed my eyes again, the pain still there, but softer now. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I thought of Dr. Cozy's brother, the man who had saved me, and wondered if I'd see him when I woke up again. Would you like me to continue this story? Maybe with what happens when you finally meet Dr. Cozy's brother, or when you start to recover? All right, here's the next part of your story, continuing from where you left off. I've kept it detailed, emotional, and dreamlike, following the same tone. Part 2. The Man Who Saved Me. When I opened my eyes again, the room was quiet except for the soft beeping of the heart monitor. Morning light leaked through the blinds in golden stripes, brushing across the white walls. My body still hurt, but the sharp pain had dulled into a deep ache, heavy but bearable. The nurse wasn't there this time. For the first time since everything happened, I was alone. I turned my head slowly, wincing as the tubes pulled slightly against my stomach. A vase of lilies sat by the window, their scent faint but calming. A note leaned against it, written in neat handwriting. You're safe now. Rest. Dr. Cozy. I didn't know how long I stayed like that, staring at the note, listening to the steady rhythm of the machines. It felt like time had melted. Seconds becoming hours. Then the door opened, and Dr. Cozy stepped in again, her hair tied back, eyes tired but warm. How are you feeling? She asked softly, checking the monitors. My stomach hurts, I whispered, my voice still rough. She nodded gently. That's normal, you've been through a lot. But you're healing. She paused, then smiled faintly. There's someone who's been waiting to see you. Before I could ask who, she walked out, and a moment later, a tall man stepped into the room. He had dark eyes that looked both kind and tired, a few faint scars across his arms, and the same calm presence as Dr. Cozy. He hesitated by the door, almost afraid to come closer. Hey, he said quietly. I'm Mason, Cozy's brother. For a moment, I just looked at him. My mind tried to connect the broken pieces, the shooting, the pain, the hospital, and now him, the man who had saved me. You? Saved me? I managed to say. He nodded slowly, his voice low and steady. Yeah. I couldn't just leave you there. You were scared and alone. I've been coming every day to check on you. Tears filled my eyes before I could stop them. I didn't know why. Maybe because after everything, someone had stayed. He walked closer, pulling a chair to the side of the bed. Dr. Cozy told you about what I asked, right? I nodded weakly. I meant it, Mason said. You've been through more than anyone ever should. I want to give you a real home. A safe one, if you'll let me. The room was silent except for the hum of machines and the faint sound of rain starting outside. My heart felt heavy, but warm, a feeling I hadn't felt in a long time. I looked at him, my lips trembling, and whispered, Yes. Mason smiled, a real, genuine smile that softened his whole face. He leaned forward and gently squeezed my hand. Then we'll start again. Together. The nurse came in a moment later to check the tubes, giving Mason a quiet nod. The clear liquid still flowed through them, cool against my skin. I leaned my head back, breathing slowly through the mask, watching him as he sat beside me, silent but protective. Dr. Cozy peeked in from the doorway, a small smile on her face. You're in good hands now, she said softly. And for the first time since everything began, since the fear, the chaos, and the pain, I actually believed her. Would you like me to write the next part? Where you leave the hospital and start living with Mason. Maybe discovering something strange or emotional about your new life with him and Dr. Cozy?